So, where am I at here? Where am I at here? I am on Google Maps, and I am in the North Yard at Alcatraz in San Francisco Bay. This is the North Yard of Alcatraz, and I was just, looking at the prison and stuff like that, and then the movie came up, with Clint Eastwood, 1979. And I got to looking at some things. I like to find places where they actually film movie scenes. And I know Clint Eastwood actually made 2 movies here at Alcatraz. You can guess the other one. It had Tyne Daly in it, and she lost her life. But I was looking at this particular spot right here, and I said, these look familiar to me. The way that these bricks are right here looks familiar to me. And this little chunk right here, and you can tell some of the steps are missing now. There used to be one here, one there, but I got to looking around at this, and I realized that I found the spot where they did a very, very popular scene in Escape from Alcatraz. Now, if you take a look, you can still see the hopscotch. You see the basketball. You see where the inmates were. You can see that some of these steps came down. But let's have a look at what I'm talking about here. Let's see if this works right. Now, if you look, you can see the damage in the wall that I showed you on Google's map is right there. You see one short brick, one long brick, another long brick. These steps are missing now. But this is where they filmed the iconic scene of the King of the Mountain scene, where Frank Morris, played by Clint Eastwood, is going up to see the king to find ways that he can escape from there. He'd escaped from, I believe, Atlanta prison several different times before they shipped him over with the Anglin brothers, who now they are saying, in 2013, one of the Anglin brothers wrote a letter to the FBI saying that he had escaped. There's also pictures of him out there. The story is that they didn't get away, but they did. Frank Morris was actually a very intelligent person. His IQ, he scored on the IQ test of 133 at Alcatraz. So he was very intelligent. But anyways, check this scene. You can see that, and the steps there, and the beginning of this post right here. Let's have a look.
Where you going, Cracker?
Now you can see that this is where this scene was filmed at. The king would have been sitting on a step that was about right here. The steps are no longer there, but the background is there. This is where Clint Eastwood would be walking up this way. You can still see where the damage was in that movie. They kind of tried to paint over it and seal it from falling more. Right there. Well, let's take a look.
Something special about those steps?
The higher you sit, the more status you got. So we cannot play king of the mountain. Except here we don't play for fun, man. And you're king. Yeah.
Now, if you take a look, notice this fence. This is now drooped over. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see that rusty drip down the wall. Let's go over here. If you turn it around, back it out, turn it completely around, right here, that's that post. You'll see this bad boy, which was actually visible in the movie, is still there. See that fell.
Now I figure there's two reasons why you didn't sit down on my...
I paused this for a minute because you can see this little patch of grass right here in the background. You can also see this little yellow line right here where they're playing some sort of game right here. So I inserted this just to show that you could see that from the scene that I'm in with the two inmates standing right here. You can see the yellow line too in the video.
Yeah.
Now this is 1979. They started out this scene by calling him a cracker, and then this is an iconic scene actually. Clint Eastwood played a part, and later on he becomes really good friends with this person. He just didn't like the sarcastic tone of him asking him this question, and he was trying to challenge him, but Clint Eastwood outwitted him without. But this is,
Either you too scared, or you just hate niggers. Now which is it, boy? You too scared?
You can also see down when you can still see some of this right here. There's a hopscotch right here, shuffleboard, and you can see the guy's got the shuffleboard sticks right there to play the game. And that's shuffleboard right there. They're standing right in here with the shuffleboard sticks. But the scene is filmed right up there. Minus a couple rows of steps. See, I paused it just a little bit because I figured out what this was right here. I wondered what that some kind of game was. And you can see them in the background on this scene playing horseshoes. You can see them throwing it, pitching from here to there. I wonder if that is still visible. But you can see them pitching horseshoes, so I paused it to put that in. And you can literally see from that blue arrow I put in the last little scene where Clint Eastwood is sitting there, you can see the shape of this disfigurement in the wall there. And you can also see this line in the wall there. Now this was done in 2013, this Google Maps image, but that film was made in 1979. Well, you can see it.
Hesitate, niggers.
And then you can see right here this window that's beside him. It's right here. If you go up, you see that. There's some of that post right there. You can tell there was a fence right here. That window was right there. You can kind of see it from where he's sitting. If you got over here, it won't let me go over this far, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Let's go back out here, though. See, this seems racist, but it's not. Really, it's just him being a smartass. They're being smartass to each other.
No one's ever busted out.
If you look, you can see this. It's like a corner bead for the corner there. It's just a station. A station that the guards would use. You could still see it. It's right there. That's how they get up and down to walk the walk. That's what that is. You can still see it. It's right there. It looks like it had a bird on it then, too, to be honest with you. Huh. I'm looking at this thing, Nicole. It had a bird on it in the movie. It's got a bird on it in this picture. Sure, look at it.
No one's ever made it. Everyone here has looked for a way out, but there ain't any. See those hacks? Those giants have one.
Let's see. So they're looking out that way towards, see if there's a guard tower over there. I just want to look. So I'm going to back off. Just because it's not there doesn't mean it wasn't there. But they would be looking over this way. And the guard tower would have been right here. It would have been right up here, right? But you can see the door, and there's a set of steps. You can see the door that takes them, if they wanted to go out to it. And that's where that would be. That guard tower right there. Let's see if you can see.
Hack for every 7 cons. There's one hack for every 3 cons here.
One hack for every 3 cons, which is true.
At night instead of in the morning.
Let's pause this right here and take a look. See, you can see a guy standing right here. So that would be. Let's see if that part is now missing. So they're sitting probably right here. The guy would have been standing right here. So let's take a look at this wall. Yeah, he would have been standing on these steps. He would have been standing right there, that guy that's in the background. So it's still there. He would have been standing about right here. See how the brick changes a little bit different right there? See that? A little bit light colored in there. Let's see. There's that crack is right there at his eye line. That's it right there. So they would have been sitting on some steps. 2 rows of steps are gone now. That's cool though.
I want to know why. But let's say you're going to try it anyway. First, you've got to get out of the cell. Each bar has 6 hard, smaller bars set in a steel tube with extra steel poured in. And there ain't no way to turn out either.
Hey, there goes that window again. See it right there? Just one more time. Swing it up right. Oh, hey, get back over there. Where do you think you're going, mister? See the window? This is why they... One, see how they are? Long, small, long, small. Small, long, small, long. It would be this right here. This was sitting on the fence and now over there. Short one, long one. Short one, long one, short one. That's it. You can see somebody's face right there. Okay, you can see where a guard. Yeah, he would be walking this. That part of the step is gone. Yep.
This island is solid rock. See that water? It's over a mile swim to land. The currents make it seem like 10.
It's actually a 13-minute boat ride.
The water's so cold it will numb your
Now amateur swimmers swim back and forth like it's nothing.
And even if you are a good swimmer, man, you want.
There was actually another inmate in 1964 who he did swim. He did escape, and he swum across there, and he made it, but they caught him because he was exhausted. But he proved that you could swim across there. And the San Francisco Police Department has estimated that, there's been a lot of people jump off the Golden Gate, and people get caught up in the bay. But they say that 2 out of every 3 bodies gets recovered from out of that bay. None of them, Frank Morris or the Anglin brothers, were ever found. The Anglin brothers were reported to have sent their Mother's Day cards every year, And in the latest thing in 2013, I believe it was Frank Anglin, wrote a letter to the FBI, 82 years old, and said that he would turn himself in because he's dying of cancer if they would only provide him with medical care. They're evaluating the letter. They're not sure. It's inconclusive.
Have the time to make it. There are 12 counts every day.
12 counts every day. He's right. All the stuff he's saying is
Sometimes I
true.
think that's all this shithole is. One long count.
They woke up at 6:30 a.m. and lights out. We're at
The bulls count
9:30.
and the king bulls count the counts.
The motto at Alcatraz was maximum security, minimum privileges. This is where you, if you're in prison and you act up, you go to this prison. Al Capone was there. Birdman of Alcatraz was there. Machine Gun Kelly was there. Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers were there because they kept escaping from other places.
Inside, everybody in.
This is the cafeteria where they filmed that scene in. This actual cafeteria. I'm kind of right in the area with this other video of where they filmed this particular part.
Always have mystery bounds Wednesday.
I can't taste it. I just eat that habit.
Let's take a look and see if we can find this. You can see that it's up against the back wall from where these people are walking at. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, it's on the other side over here where they actually did film it in Alcatraz's real cafeteria. You can see by the way the beams are there. They would actually literally be standing close to where they filmed that scene. Huh, that's cool. You can see that they had their table set up in this area right here from the real Alcatraz prison, because you can see this window and the lights in the background. So they were right about there by doing that scene.
I may have found a way out of here. You looking at something?
Okay, you can see the entrance door right back there, so it will be about, I keep going to that and I don't want to. So it would be about, let's see if we can get a good shot from right here. Yeah, you can see this part of the door in that scene right there. Look. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. It's right there. Let's see. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You see this going up right there. Sure enough, that's it.
I gotta figure it. The cell block's really getting old. The moist air is corroding the concrete. And the salt is rusting the metal.
He's right. Alcatraz was in disarray in 1963 anyway. The building was falling apart. It had been open for 30 years. And what he's talking about is what bad shape that the building is in. And it really was. And this movie is pretty accurate. It really was in bad shape. And I believe they took people out of there because of that. Because of the two escapes. So this is accurate.
I took a nail filer. I was digging around the grill back in the cell. I think with some work I could dig that grill out of there, enlarge the hole, and get into the utility closet, which leads to the top of the cell block, and maybe out on the roof.
How we had the whole while we're working on it.
Well, we can tear the heads out of magazines, no one will miss those, and make cardboard out of them. Paint grills on that and put it back in the hole. Maybe partially obscure it with a towel or bathrobe or whatever. Now, I've ordered an accordion, which I'm going to put in front of my hole.
Yeah, the accordion is how they pumped up the raft.
They'll know we're going at the next cop.
We'll leave at night. That way they won't know till the morning. We're gonna have to make some dummy heads. Make them out of
They
plastic,
did it all.
cardboard, or whatever.
This is a picture of Frank Morris's cell 138 at Alcatraz. This is the actual cell. This is the actual cutting and all of this that he did to make that vent to get out of there. They got the hair from the barbershop. The guy worked in the barbershop, and he would just put the hair in his pocket, bring it back to put hair on there. The Anglin brothers were pretty smart. They kept escaping from prisons together, and they got shipped to Alcatraz, and you would assume that they would keep them separate from each other. Not only did they not keep them separate from each other, they had cells right next to each other, so they were able to speak to each other, and Frank's cell was on down from theirs a little bit, so they were able to talk to each other all the time about how to get this escape going. It's a little bit different picture of Frank Morris's cell. When you go to Alcatraz, you can pick up them headphones and they tell you a little bit about it, a little bit more about what's going on. But that's the actual hole, though. Here's a picture of Clarence and John Anglin many years after the escape from Alcatraz. The government wants us to think these people didn't escape, but they did. This is a picture of them living in Brazil. They're farmers there. That's what they do. You can compare the pictures of them here with these pictures. That's Frank Morris. That's the Anglin brothers. If I go back, you see this gentleman has got the blonde hair, and he's off to the right in this picture. That's them. They made it. They made it.